Well, I'd like to welcome everyone this evening. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Barbara Joseph, and I'm coming to you from central Maine, right in the midst of winter here. And tonight, Suzanne Steele is going to be my collaborator with presenting Weight Matters, and she is in New Hampshire. And then we're going to have some personal stories. So this is about Weight Matters, but it's also about everyday fitness. And what's really important is that every time we eat, it is an opportunity to nourish our body, but we're going to see that there's a lot of things that happen in life that take away our focus on that. And a lot of times people end up dieting, and that's kind of a lifestyle that they have for ongoing years. But what we want to introduce people to is a lifestyle that is delicious and easy, and that it is going to support health and fitness for a lifetime. So the best way ever to eat is organic, fresh produce. And I think that this is so amazing that back in 460 BC to 370, Hippocrates was so brilliant. Let food be your medicine, and medicine be thy food. And if we still lived by this standard, by this philosophy, I think we'd have a much healthier population than we do now. So Suzanne, do you want to take this slide?
Sure. So it might be great to eat organic, but it is rather expensive, first of all, for some. And the reality is that people don't have a whole lot of time sometimes to manage that. So you see this person has a lot of things on her mind, and she's possibly going through the drive-through to get her food for the day. And you see that there's a lot of different challenges when your body is carrying more weight than it should. You can see that it drains on your heart, your head, your joints, pretty much every part of your body. So let's see how we might be able to affect this.
Yeah, and I want everybody to notice too, because this is going to come up later, but just technology, and of course people use technology a lot, and it does stimulate us so that we can't sleep. And that's going to tie into this later on. So this is just a stunning, outrageous demograph here. Back in 1990, there really wasn't a whole lot of obesity happening or weight challenges. But over the past 30, is that like 30 years or something? Look what's happened. Starts out slowly, but then it's almost an explosion of 78.6 million adults are overweight and obese. And again, that is creating a serious health risk factor.
And that is 2010, so we're 8 years beyond that date as well.
Thank you.
So what about our children? What are they learning? What are they filling their bodies with? This picture of 1,026 sugar cubes is pretty scary, but that's what they're seeing on TV. I remember growing up with Trix, and it was a cool little rabbit, and of course I wanted to do whatever the rabbit did. But as you can also see, childhood obesity is really stressing not only adults, but our children as well.
And again, they're not getting as much activity as children did years ago. And again, staying up late and being on those computers. And the reason I wanted to stress that is because sleep deprivation has a lot of side effects. And there's a lot of big words in here that we don't have to get into, like leptin and insulin. But if you look farther down, there's increased storage of fats, altered sugar metabolism, and increased appetite just because people are not sleeping well. And that all adds up to increased fat accumulation and, of course, a wasting away of the muscle.
So people do suffer from chronic dehydration. And if you see the third bullet here, weight gain, it does have an effect on the body. if you're drinking good water and you're drinking enough water, that can certainly affect your body in a better way. It can address all of these challenges that a lot of people have.
And I think it's important because people think about weight gain as just being about food, and of course, inactivity, but it is also about lack of sleep and lack of good hydration because the fats don't get metabolized. So activity matters, and I think what's really important is that people find something that gives them joy and that they really like to do, and they can change it up. So in the spring, the summer, and the fall, I love walking and I love swimming at the lake. In the winter, I might be cross-country skiing right out my door, snowshoeing, or I'm also probably shoveling. I like to lift little weights at home, and I also enjoy doing yoga upstairs in my home. So everyone is going to have their own activity that's going to support them best.
And one of the people that's going to be sharing some experiences with us shared this picture with us this week: balance what you eat, drink, and do. What if we could do that? What do you think could happen?
So we have this basic premise of how important it is every day of your life to make choices. And it starts with cleansing and, of course, drinking lots of water to stay hydrated, eliminating those toxic foods that we saw, the fast foods, the fats, and eating more of the organic green leafy veggies. And, you know, I've eaten organic for, I don't even know how long anymore. I'm going to say 20 years because I've always chosen to invest my money in my health and in prevention rather than having to plug it in later to get my health back. And again, we need to, be paying attention to the carbohydrates and to have the best pure forms of grains. And proteins can also come in the form of vegan foods. And again, everybody knows about those fats that you want to have, like the coconut oil and the olive oil, because they are necessary. And then what about getting energized with healthy organic snacks? So those aren't always easy to find. And here we go with the importance of sleep and exercise. So these are the basic framework of what we need, keeping it really simple. And we're actually going to introduce you to a whole program that puts that all together, along with the eating healthy and well. So Suzanne, do you want to talk about some of this KVB and paleo and cleanse and detox?
Well, I think what it does is it makes it simple, and it says everyday organic based weight management. So it's great for people regardless of whether you need to lose, gain, or maintain. And it's simple and it's complete. On the left, on our left, you see our Kenzen Vital Balance that creates a protein shake. And some of the things that I love about it is that it is wheat-free, soy-free, gluten-free, and has less than a gram of sugar. A lot of other products on the market have great taste, but they add other things that you might not want or need. Moving on, we have two incredible supplements, our Cleanse and Detox and our Digestion Complex 420. Both of these products contain vital elements that support the body in this process. In the back, you see these paleo snacks, and they're awesome because they fill you up. They may look small in size and stature, but they have good food, and they are organic, and they have 3 or 4 organic ingredients. They're a great snack. They are not a protein bar, but they're good, healthy food. And then on the far right, you see this Kenzen 10-4, and this provides some support from an energy standpoint. It's organic matcha green tea, which has a lot of other side benefits other than just giving you some good sustained energy.
Wow, you described every single one of those beautifully and brilliantly. Thank you. We're going to have a couple of guest speakers join us, and they've actually have some images of their before and after experiences with their everyday weight management. I just want to share that I'm a petite person and I don't use this for weight management, but I adore in the morning having the shake because it gives me some mental clarity, the protein that I'm looking for. And there's sometimes where I'm craving something sweet, and that can really nourish me in that way. And also, if I'm busy and on the go, I can just put it in my shaker jar and go for it. So there's many different ways that this can be utilized. So I'm going to ask, oh, one more slide first.
One more slide.
Yeah, go for it.
So the key is that this is one component of what we call a wellness home. And we create this environment that totally supports the body. Tonight we're talking about the food side of things, but we've touched on sleep, the importance of sleep, the importance of hydration, and every week we talk about a different subject, but just know that this is one piece of what we call our wellness home.
So now I'm going to ask Anne to unmute and tell us her story.
Well, back in April, thank you, Barbara and Suzanne. Back in April 2017, Nikan was launching the Everyday Organic Weight Management Plan. And I said, oh, being a distributor, that looks interesting. And I actually thought I had my weight under control, but I was delusional. After a friend of mine took a picture that you see on the left, I realized that maybe I need to try this program and see what it could do for me. Well, 4 months later, after I used the program every day following the plan, I was able to proudly say that I had more energy, less poundage, 20 pounds less on me, and 18 inches were dissolved. And I felt great. I never was hungry. I really felt like I had more spirit, more strength. And I can attest to that because today I was out on the slopes, and I still am using the products, even though I've been on sort of a maintenance program in the sense that I do 1 shake a day. But a lot of times I like doing 2 shakes a day because it's convenient, as Barbara said, and I know I'm getting good nutrition. So I'm really pleased with the program, and I have shared it with others. And today on the slopes, I was the oldest in the group by 5 years, and I was the only one who didn't want to quit after skiing the powder for 4 hours. So it's definitely improved my muscle strength and stamina, and I was doing something that I exercised that I really enjoy and felt great. So all I can say is if anyone wants to learn more about the program, I'd be happy to speak to them about it. But I think it's fantastic, and you know that you're getting wonderful nutrition. The other thing about the tea I want to mention is that it is a metabolic booster. It actually says that it helps you with your metabolism, which it's not a cure-all, but it certainly helps you because as we age, our metabolic rate tends to be not as efficient as it was in the past. So thank you very much for inviting me to speak.
Oh, Anne, actually, could you also mention, I know you're a new grandmother, and how has this been helpful with you taking care of your grandson, James?
Right. Well, at 67, being a first-time grandmother, I am so pleased that I'm able to go one-on-one with him because he takes a lot of energy, and I don't have to hang around the kitchen and prepare something for me while I'm taking care of him 2 days a week. I have my shakes ready. I do 3 days of shakes in my refrigerator. I grab and go, and I'm able to have a nutritious meal and not run out of steam. And that's important to try to keep up with this 5-month-old. So thank you.
Thank you. Great story, and we're cheering you on. So now, Laurie, could you unmute yourself and tell us your story?
Well, on the left side, you'll see my sister Suzanne and myself. That was the summer of 2015. And on the right, you'll see my sister Suzanne, who's in the gray, and I'm in the purple shirt I'm wearing right here. That was October of 2017. And I have a long history of being shared Nikken, and that's my sister. For over 20 years now, she has shared with me Nikken, and I never did it, and I never used the products. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. Well, in the summer of 2015, I decided to start using some of the products. And so one of the products I started using, I still use today. And I drank water, and I used the insoles. And then this past summer of 2017, I decided to try the Everyday Organic Plan. Now, for me, I just tried the shake, and I did the paleo snack bars. I am a high energy person, and so I don't need the 10-4. I will be off I tried one, and I just had too much energy. But I used the shake, and I used the snack bars, and it changed my life. It changed how I think about food. I did not have the cravings I used to have. And I thought my sister was the little hoo-hoo, because she said to me, oh yeah, try the chocolate, Kenzen Vital Balance. I'm like, no way. If I do chocolate in the morning, I will crave chocolate all day long. She said, just try it. I didn't even think about chocolate. These products are amazing because they're natural. And for me, I just want to put what's good in my body, what my body needs. In the summertime, I'm a lifeguard, and I am 50 years old. And I work with 20-year-olds. And so I would have a Kenzen Vital Balance shake at about 7:30 in the morning, head out to the lake, get there, swim 500 meters out to the lake, out in the middle of the lake and back. Then I would do a 500-meter rescue board. Then I would come back in, and I do a 13-foot deep dive. And I wasn't hungry till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I did this all summer. And it wasn't just the weight that came off, it was the inches. But the most important part is I feel like I'm 30 again. I feel so young and so healthy for really the first time in my life. And the thing that really affects me the most is I know that this is the last time I will ever look like that picture with me in the red shirt. All my life I've gained and lost weight and gained and lost weight, but I know this is forever for me. And it is an experience that I really have a hard time, as you can tell, putting into words. Nikken and the products and my sister's patience has given me my life back. Not only my life, but my sister has a testimony also. And that's my Aunt Ann that just shared. So for me, this is a triple thing. It's the three of us, and it's really exciting. And weight does matter. It mattered in my mind, and it mattered in my heart, and it matters in my body. And the most important part for me is it matters in my family and in my life and in what I do. It matters in all of that. So I appreciate you sharing, allowing me to share. So thank you, Barbara and Suzanne.
Well, that was very moving, and I want to thank you, Laurie, as well as Anne, for being brave and courageous and sharing your stories and your pictures with us. I think it will make an impact on everyone who views and listens to this. So we have a couple more minutes if there's some people that would like to share how they benefit from the everyday fitness in any way. Just unmute yourself and we can do one or two people.
Hi, it's Bob. I use the Kenzen Vital Balance probably 5 mornings a week. And what I love about it, it's so easy. And as Laurie mentioned, I was so surprised when I started. I can go 3, 4, and even sometimes 5 hours just on the Kenzen Vital Balance, and I'm not hungry. Whereas if you start with high carbohydrates, you're on a sugar roller coaster, and a few hours later you'll be craving that kind of stuff. I also love to play golf in the summer, and I just basically put a shake together. I just have the powder in a shaker, and I bring my Nikin water bottle. And so after 9 holes, when the guys are eating hot dogs with white bread, I'm eating a very nutritious Kenzen Vital Balance shake at the turn. And I know it keeps me, my energy strong. I'm able to finish strong, and I don't have that craving, and I'm not eating food that doesn't really have any nutritional value. So it really works out great for me. So I love that, and also the energy bars are great as well.
Fabulous. Thank you.
If I could jump in.
Yeah.
I want to agree with Bob. I also do the same products on the golf course, and I always have this lull around the 13th hole, and I pull out that paleo bar and the 10-4, and I'm drinking the water, and my energy level goes up. But the big thing, I've been on the KV, whatever, I can't even talk, since it came out, and the paleo bars, and I carry the paleo bars with me, so even if I'm in the grocery store and it's like 3 o'clock, I'm not grabbing any junk food. I'm grabbing the paleo bar. It stays with me longer. In May, and if I don't hate breakfast, so I tend to skip breakfast. So I'll have the shake, and it keeps me till noon. Whereas last weekend, Don wanted some egg breakfast, so I cooked an egg breakfast, a healthy breakfast, and I ate it. I was hungry at 10 o'clock. I'm not that way with the shake because it's healthier than the egg breakfast. And last May, I had to dash up from Florida to New Hampshire in 24 hours in the car. And I had shakes, I had the fruit, I had the vegetable, I had the paleo bars, I had the 10-4. My energy level was through the roof, and I felt great, and I lost 7 pounds. But it's just not for weight loss or weight gain or whatever. It just keeps you healthier.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you. How about one more, and then we'll close out. Is there one more person that wants to share? All right. Well, thank you so much to everyone. Really appreciate that. All of your stories and all of your sharing, and we look forward to seeing everyone next week.